the dust is starting to settle a little bit. It's becoming clear what happened in hindsight. And guys, people printed millions, tens of millions of dollars with this Trump meme coin. And I think there's a lot of money to be made in the future. I'm going to talk about it in this video. I'm going to talk about how to buy it. I'm going to talk about everyone's reaction to it, how crazy it is, what it means for the crypto market, and what it means for you if you want to get into it or make money in the future. So let's jump straight in. No messing around here. Kakashi said, the Trump token just reached $20 billion market cap. These numbers are astronomical, never seen before in the world of crypto, in the history of crypto. And 4.1 billion US dollars in daily volume. It's actually up further than that now. At the time of recording now, it's about $30 billion, which, funny enough, I did a video on this yesterday. If you didn't see it, it was at $3 billion. I think $4 billion in the video, $3 billion when I bought in. But I mean, I didn't make that much money. It depends on your view on how much money is a lot of money. I should have made a lot more money. This is what I'm positioned to do. I made about 50 to 60 grand, which I'm somewhat happy with, but also somewhat really disappointed with. Welcome to the world of crypto, where a 60 grand trade is not as fun as you want when you see people doing $22 million of profit, sold 4.7 million. So this is a person who bought early into Trump and bought with size. That's one of the big lessons that I'm slowly learning with crypto, is you can have the same alpha. We can both learn about Trump's token at $3 billion. But if you move $10 million in and I move $1,000 in, we're going to get the same ROI, but you're going to come away with, I forgot how much I said you moved in, 10 mil. You come away with 100 mil. I'm going to come away with $10,000, even though we had the same alpha and acted at the same moment. So act strongly on your convictions if you are highly convicted on something. Thread guy made $1 million plus on Trump's coin. This guy made $11 million on Trump's coin, and they're not the only ones. If you come over to deck screen, we're going to go through tokenomics and everything together in a second. I just want to show you a little bit more of the craziness of people who are the top traders. You can click on that tab right there. You can see the first person up here made $40 million. Now, a lot of people are saying this is a scam. A lot of people are curious at how the hell they didn't buy any tokens. Without getting too deep into the technicals, Trump's token is hosted on different decentralized exchanges, and they made buys on other decentralized exchanges and sells on the alternate decentralized exchange, which is why it's not tracking here. We're tracking the radium right here. And so we'll skip over that one because we don't have them all tracked in the one place, but you can see $17 million profit here. 7 mil, 2 mil, 2 mil, 2 mil, 2 mil. Millionaires absolutely printed, even a few $100,000 US dollars for some of the early investors. Now, let's go through really quick the timeline, how it went down, because it was confusing. And as I said, as the dust is settling, it's making slightly more sense. But I still wouldn't say 100% sense yet. There's still things that are slowly coming out about this token. Donald Trump tweeted and put on Truth Social at the same time this post here. So I'll read it to you on Twitter, but no, it was on Truth Social. And that's basically how a lot of people figured out it wasn't a scam. It's because you'd have to hack 2 of his accounts and they'll post at the same time. And then as time went on and Elon and Eric Trump both started commenting on it, we're like, well, Elon would have taken this down if this was a scam, and it became very obvious that it wasn't. I'll talk more about that in a second too. He wrote, "My new official Trump meme is here. It's time to celebrate everything we stand for, winning. Join my very special Trump community," which is the utility there, guys. It's a community that is, and you might be skeptical on this. I'm going to go more into utility in a second, but that is what he's saying the utility is. Get your Trump now. Go to gettrumpmemes.com and have fun. Don't forget, fun can also be some utility, half satirical, but also we'll get into that in a second. And this led us to the official gettrumpmemes.com website. Apparently, the trademark on this was filed about 2 weeks before they launched the token. And you can see here, they write, Trump memes are intended to function as an expression of support for and engagement with the ideas and beliefs embodied by the symbol Trump and the associated artwork, and not intended to be investment opportunities. Let's be honest with one another here, though. The only reason I bought it, the only reason you probably bought it, and 90% of people bought it, is for the investment vehicle, which we will also get into. What I'm shocked at on this channel, though, because this entire YouTube channel serves to track the top influencers in the world, because I believe that is what moves crypto's market caps. As you saw yesterday with the Trump, and let's have a look at the Trump market cap right now, $26 billion and about 5 billion US dollars of trade volume in 24 hours, which is absurd. And why did that come about? Well, because the biggest influencer in the world, Donald Trump, pushed this narrative out there. And really quickly, I'm going to show you what a lot of other crypto people focus on and why I personally make way less money when I do that. People focus on technical analysis, where they lay fibs over charts and they draw the dinosaur, it's a joke here, and they try and predict where the graph is going. Some people do fundamental analysis, where they look at the assets of a token and they look at how much real estate they own and what sort of revenue they're making, and then try and figure out a market cap that's suitable for that. This is crypto. The hilarious example is people laying Fibonacci sequences on a token called Bolsac that was 1 day old. None of this really exists. The only thing that exists in this industry, I believe, 90% of it is narrative trading, which is, can you get in earlier than everybody else? That is the skill. Where are you in the news feed, in the alpha? Are you hearing it before 90% of people get in? And on the Trump graph, you can see the people who got in down here obviously made the most money because they rode this entire graph. People who got in here made the 6th most money. And the earlier you could have heard about Trump's token and known that it wasn't a scam, is the second variable here, the more money you could make. And your whole job, if you're trying to trade crypto or you're trying to trade this Trump meme, is to move up the news cycle. And that's what we do with narrative trading, is we trade the biggest influencers in the world and we track their crypto wallets, we track their Twitters, we track their crypto portfolios. So we see when new moves are being made in order to get up that news cycle and get into these tokens first. Now we do track Elon Musk's Twitter and Elon Musk's crypto wallets. We never even thought of adding Donald Trump because we'd be like, that'd be crazy that a president would have launched a token. However, now we, of course, will be adding Donald Trump's Solana wallet, where he launched the contract address for this new token into. And honestly, guys, if you're not narrative trading, you're not going to get these sorts of results. We've got a 13x in 2 days, a 12x in 2 weeks, because someone like Alex Becker, who's way smaller than Donald Trump, bought into this token, and then his audience make it a self-fulfilling prophecy and see crazy gains, going from a 20 mil market cap up to 250 mil. But I mean, $250 million is hilarious because that is pocket change for what happened to Donald Trump's token. Donald Trump blows everything out of the water. He is the most Googled person in 2024, in 2023, and in 2021. Will Smith, apparently, after slapping Chris Rock, edged him out of that title in 2022. And so we really had no reference experience with how high this token could possibly go, because Donald Trump, as you saw down here, is not only the most searched for person in 2024, he's almost double Taylor Swift. And let's be honest too, a lot of people are going to be searching Taylor Swift or Ariana or Drake to find their music. They're not actually interested in that person. Donald Trump and Elon Musk will be, these people are being Googled to actually find out what is going on with them. Let's see, Cristiano Ronaldo might actually be the number 3 in the world at the moment. And so with that sort of haziness and the skepticism that would Donald Trump actually launch a meme coin 3 days before he's inaugurated as the president of the United States, had people feeling like this. This is CryptoZach LA, which CryptoZach LA is a very skilled crypto trader. And he wrote, either this is legit or so many people are about to get rugged. And even I posted a YouTube video yesterday, a YouTube short yesterday. I was talking to a lot of people in real life who were in our Diamond Chat community. Also, one of my developers was like, this has to be a scam. A lot of comments on those videos were like, this has to be a scam. This can't be a real thing. So that's what stopped a lot of people going full on into this crypto if you heard about the news early. But the reality of the situation, and this sums it up really well, European politicians. No, you can't trade Bitcoin. It's way too risky. US president, the contract address is live, which means the token is now live. Send it. And you got Trump as the Giga Chad with the raised eyebrow and the strong American jawline. And the reality started to set in. Even Zach said he faded millions of dollars last night, being skeptical whether or not the Trump token was real, rather than following the #1 rule in the trenches: ape now, ask later, live and learn. Because a lot of the times in crypto, you're going to get an asymmetric bet like this. If you're someone like Zach, or you hear about this token really early at the $1 to $3 billion market cap level, you have a potential 10x, but you can't lose 10 times your money. So even if it is a scam a couple of times, but you're making this bet 10 times over, you're going to come out way ahead. That's sort of one of the fundamental rules of cryptos. You're never going to be 100% certain, but it's like a poker game where you got to play your odds, think you're ahead, and play hard when you have strong conviction. So let's have a look. This meme absolutely soared. You have to have a look at the side here. This is a $1 billion, and that's actually the circulating value. The fully diluted value is $27 billion at the moment. It probably clocked out at about $33 billion as the first high that it's made. I'm going to talk about if we think it's going to go up or down from here. So you can see this came out of gate so strongly. It had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 green candles and 1 red candle, all the way up to that $3 billion market cap level, which is really like a $15 billion fully diluted value, which is crazy. It was so crazy, guys, that it started pulling liquidity out of top performing meme coins. We're going to talk about what this means for other top performing meme coins this cycle, and what I personally think and why it's going to be a really awesome thing, and how we can make a lot of money if we know what we're doing. So you can see at this point here, these crazy bars, which are really abnormal for any graph, let alone a top meme coin like this. This is people selling their meme coins because Trump's token is on Solana. So if you were holding another meme coin on Solana, you sold it and you moved it all into Trump's coin, pumped Trump's coin up, and everything else had massive drop off. So you can see here, this is at a 300 mil market cap. This is UFD. Dropped all the way down to a 200, and then even dropped a bit lower to that $190 million market cap level. And then the strongest memes, which is one of the takeaways from this video, bounced back the hardest and bounced back the quickest. Some of the memes that really took a massive hit were all the non-official Trump memes, because Trump never had a meme coin, obviously. If we sort this by day sticks, you can see this was the unofficial Trump token, and it's been around for a long time. This is back 2023, over a year now. Is that over 2 years now? No, about a year and a half now. And you can see this crazy drop off. If I actually delete the volume, we'll be able to see it drop from 160 mil market cap all the way down to a 50 mil market cap on the news that Trump now has a legit token. Now, if you were asleep, that's totally fine. But if you didn't hear this news early enough, if this is the start of you hearing the news, or you faded it and didn't buy in, try and find yourself a community that's going to do a lot of the work for you. Our Inner Circle community, which the link's in the description if you want to join, we have 3,000 members, and we're all out there scanning for alpha and bringing it back to the hive so we can all make moves together. And the talk of the Trump token in our chat started down here at about the $2 level. Remember, this shot all the way up to about $33. Now, I personally got in at about the $3.30 level. I made the YouTube video when it was at a $4 level. That was the one yesterday. We sent out an alert inside of our whale tracker of Trump launching his token at the 7 billion, sorry, the billion, I'm getting confused because these numbers are so big, $7 billion level, which is a 4x on that. And to be honest, the only reason we hesitated to send it out is because we weren't 100% sure it was real. But if you want to get these alerts and get a community that's going to bring you the alpha earlier, check the link in the description below to join our Inner Circle, especially because I think this sets off a massive meme coin run with a lot of other tokens. Now, I'm also going to continue and talk about, do I think this is a good buy for you to go out right now and purchase? Although I don't give financial advice. Obviously, you have to make your own decision. I want to show you how to buy it first. So you can buy this on Jupiter, you can buy this on Radium, on any Solana decentralized exchange. You can also get this on some centralized exchanges, but centralized exchanges are things like Binance, are things like Coinbase, are things like Bybit. The riskier ones will add these tokens earlier, but because it's only been out a day, the easiest way to get it is from a decentralized exchanges. And something like Peanut and all tokens, they have to go through decentralized exchanges before they reach centralized exchanges for the normies and the mainstream to be able to access these tokens. And if you're looking for a good, easy, intuitive, and fast way to buy tokens on the Solana blockchain, I created, you can see him, he's in my background down here, this amazing software called Archie, which is inside your Telegram app. It acts as your wallet, and you can copy and paste any contract address. You can search for any token on the Solana blockchain and instantly buy it. And so let me give you an example of how easy that is. So Deck Screen is a really good way of visualizing tokens. So this is how I normally come down and grab contract addresses. Contract addresses are just the unique string of numbers that is going to signify what token you are buying or selling. So Trump's ends in GIP, and I can copy paste it into the description below if that makes it easy for you. And then I'll open my Archie wallet. So you can see this is Archie here. And I just simply, you can click on buy, or you can go from anywhere in the app, paste in that contract address, and it will bring up, get rid of those emojis, the buy screen for us. So you can verify it on Deck Screener to make sure it's the right token if you want to double check it. Or you can come in and buy and sell. See, I could just click on this button and buy 30 Solana worth, or I could buy a smaller amount by clicking on custom buy. So enter the amount in Solana, how much I want to buy. Say I want to buy 5 Solana worth. I click enter there, and Archie will go and buy the Trump token for you. You can see it's really easy, graphical interface, really fast and extremely secure. It's all been audited. We have an official Australian crypto exchange license. And I'm really proud of the product we created. So go head to archiebot.ai and click on download to go buy and sell any Solana token, including the Trump official token on Archie. Now, is it still a good buy? Well, that's always a personal choice. Just like I said, it's like a poker game. Depending on what you have in your hands, you might have the second best thing you could possibly have, but there's always a chance that someone around the table is going to have better cards than you. if you have the best cards, bet as heavy as possible, but you can almost never be 100% certain. So I want to go through my personal thoughts and a couple of other people who are talking about it. Now, this is the tokenomics of the Trump token, which basically means not all the tokens are out there on the market yet. A lot of them are being held back, 80%. But there is no dilution for the first 3 months, which means your tokens won't get diluted, watered down, and value basically taken out of them in a similar way that the US dollar prints and inflates your US dollars away. You've got 3 months of that, and then 80% of them will come online over the next 36 months. And you can see it ramps up pretty steadily. There's a couple of bigger jumps in here, but nothing crazy. Now, meme coins normally don't have unlocks. That's the beauty of meme coins, is there's no insiders and there's no dev team because there's no utility. What do they need that for? Trump, of course, has just defied all normal rules, and they have 80% going to their dev team and insiders, which you can have your own opinion on. A lot of people are hating on it for, but I mean, he's basically just hosting the casino a lot of people are making money on, and they're taking their own commission and making their own money by actually just hosting the show. However, a lot of people think this is going to be a flash in the pan. I don't think this is going to be a flash in the pan. I think this is going to take the shape that a lot of meme tokens take, especially launched by influencers, which is up extremely quickly like we saw, down extremely quickly, a couple of months of letting all the traders sell out, and then slowly build back up over time, because it is the only official Trump meme. And this is an interesting post by Luke Belmar. He said, "The man took a bullet and you think he's going to let his meme coin fail? Cope harder." Now, also, the second time that Trump has posted about this token, he retweeted Eric Trump. And he says, "I'm extremely proud of what we continue to accomplish in crypto. Trump is currently the hottest digital meme on earth." True. "And I truly believe that World Liquidity, which is their DeFi protocol and CeFi protocol apparently, will be the future of finance. We are just getting started." So if you still want to go buy it, they are standing behind this and they say that they are still getting started. What I will point out, however, is that their NFTs, if I refresh this for you, okay, it's not refreshing, but you can trust me, their NFT values are down from when they launched it from, which is, again, okay. But just because it's launched by someone who's really powerful doesn't mean it's going to go up forever. Nothing can go up forever. You always need people who are following you. This is the whole social arbitrage, narrative trading thesis. You always need someone coming after you to buy into the token to actually sell it at a higher price. And eventually you run out of people. You reach market saturation and people want to take their profits. So it's going to come down at some point. However, it might not be here. It might be a 300 bill market cap, or it might be here. You don't know. I'll give you my personal thoughts at the end, but you have to make the decision for yourself. The other thing I'll talk about, if you go back to the Trump token, you can see it's currently at a $30 billion market cap. Now, if you're not well versed in this is an insane valuation. It puts it, I believe, in the top 15 tokens, maybe a little bit more. It depends on the fully diluted versus circulating values, but basically the top 15 token in the world, which all these other tokens took like between 2 and 10 years to reach that position. And why you would care about that is because, I won't need to go through this fully, but the higher the market cap, the harder it is to get a multiple. If there's a token with a $10 million market cap and a token with a $100,000 market cap and $10 million is added to each of those tokens, one of them will 2x and one of them will 101x. If you don't understand, let me visually represent that for you. The bigger the market caps are on the left, Solana, Doge, these are massive market caps and these are the biggest meme coins in the world. Really hard for them to 100x because they need 100x of their current value to enter into that protocol. If Doge is valued at 50 bill, they need 50 bill to 2x, which is why it'll probably 2x, maybe 3x this cycle. But the tokens that have $1 million market cap or even $1 billion market cap, so this is GigaChad, which is sitting about $1 billion, if that has $100 billion enter the market, that's going to 100x. It's actually going to do a lot more than that because of liquidity, but you get the simple math idea. The Trump token is already realized to a quite a high market cap. And so this could go to 300 bill. It would be unprecedented as everything has been so far, but it is possible. If you wanted to make crazy money, it's basically impossible for this to 100x. It's really hard for it to 10x, and it's hard for it to even 3x. $100 billion is still a massive token. Still possible, but you just have to know the risk reward compared to you coming in and buying it way lower. Now, I'll give my personal thoughts on if I think it's a good buy or not at the end of this video. I wanted to go through some other people's thoughts because some people are extremely skeptical and others are really bullish. I myself am really bullish, so we'll finish with the bullish. But people like Dave Portnoy, he says, "I have a dumb two-part question. What's the difference between the Hawk Tuah coin, which is the Hawk Tuah girl who launched her meme coin and then all the insiders dumped within hours and took all the people's money of her audience, and the Trump coin, besides nothing? Well, I mean, let me actually answer this question because I'm bullish. In my opinion, the difference, the Hawk Tuah coin had a bunch of insiders that dumped within minutes or an hour of people buying into this thing. The Trump coin has a transparent dilution sheet that you can look at and you can see when the unlocks are coming and expect them. The Trump coin is way more similar to the US dollar, which printed 80% of the supply of the US dollar across, I believe it was 1 or 2 years during COVID, which is worse tokenomics than the Trump coin. And so, I mean, if you're going at the Trump coin, you also have to go at the US dollar because the Trump coin has better tokenomics than that. It's at least a fixed amount of tokens. Dave says, can I string up my own coin now and tell people it's a Ponzi scheme from the jump and I'm going to rug pull at some point and you better just hope you're out when I do? Would that make the entire thing legal? Yeah, if by rug pull you mean sell. Yes, it does, to answer his question. Connor says, from what I can see on chain, Trump has sold $500 million of tokens thus far and the Trump team still controls 85% of the supply. Yes, this is what he put out in his tokenomics. People go to Dex Screener down here and they say it's a scam. They go to Bubble Maps, which shows the token distribution. And there's just a giant bubble here with 80% of supply. It's like, yeah, that's the contract address. That's the dev's wallet where they're going to be diluting over the next 3 years. And so people are like, oh, it's a scam. It's like, no, they've been very transparent that they hold 80% of the assets. And I saw a couple of people posting. It's like, what did you want them to do? Have a fair launch and allow people to buy in at a $10,000 market cap and then make no money and you make $1 billion and then dump on everyone else? It seems to be the fairest way to launch a token like this. Cousin Crypto says, Trump launching a meme coin gives us 2 options. This is the absolute pico top of the market, or this is the start of the meme coin supercycle we have been manifesting. I agree with this. Prepare to lose everything or be rich beyond your wildest dreams. There is no in between. This is one of the best tweets of the whole video. I 100% agree with this. I'm leaning and I'm optimistic that it's number 2. However, this could very much be a top signal and be like, okay, well, that was fun. Come back in 4 years' time. Westy, however, thinks that it's bullish for the market, as does everybody else that I'm about to read you through. He says, do you guys remember Jan 28, 2021? Doge sucked the liquidity out of everything and ran from under $1 billion market cap to 10 billion in just 24 hours. This marked the beginning of what was an absolute batshit insane 6 months. Let's run that back. Ilio Trades couldn't sleep. He says this changes everything. Super duper cycle, not just the super cycle. Jeff Dorman talks about why the Trump coin is extremely bullish for the USA and crypto. He says, from both potential token issuers and potential investors in the US has been regulatory concerns. This is now completely eradicated when the president himself is both an issuer and an investor. And this was from Eric Trump, talking about David Sachs, who is the new czar of both AI and crypto, says that this was at the crypto ball that Trump hosted, which again is another bullish sign. The reign of terror against crypto is over, and the beginning of innovation in America for crypto has just begun. This is Frank saying Trump might actually send Bitcoin to $1 million a token. Crypto God John says, you can think what you want about crypto, but the president of the United States just launched an official Trump meme coin, plans to make Bitcoin strategic reserve for the US, and wants 0 capital gains tax on crypto. The next 4 years is to print generational wealth. I agree. Becker is also bullish. He says if Trump is willing to do this, which is extreme, a Bitcoin reserve, no cap gains tax on cryptos, and special treatment for certain coins is extremely likely. And this is funny because Becker was going through all these lawyers before he launched his meme coin. He was making sure it was all above board, and now he's just like, oh, it's definitely fair game. Stock up and just hold. This is the super cycle. Miles Deutscher said that this is the mass onboarding. Think about how many normies and how many mainstream are hearing about this, although I'm asking people down at the cafe, did you hear? Did you hear? And they still haven't heard. So we're still got a long way to go, but there are going to be millions of people onboarded on the Solana blockchain, onboarded onto crypto, onboarded hopefully onto Archie to buy and sell these tokens because of the Trump token. Wasi2x says, with Trump meme coin being real, it validates Murad's point and his entire thesis. Now, this is Murad here. If you don't know Murad yet, go watch some of the videos on my channel about Murad. He has an insane thesis that he wants to become the world's first, the world's first meme coin billionaire with a B. And I personally believe he will. He says this economy is attention-based and tokenizing communities is where we are headed. Murad's target feels conservative now, and he was talking about SPX hitting $100 billion market cap. Apparently that's feeling conservative now. Entire world will be talking about meme coins. Again, Bamatism says Murad's targets feel conservative as well. Crypto Wizard also points out that all the Trump money will then flow into other altcoins. And this is what happened, I was talking about earlier in the video, when everyone was taking their money out of other meme coins to get into the Trump coin. Well, it's going to happen the other way too. As people profit on the Trump coin and as people get into crypto, they onboard into crypto to buy this Trump coin, they're going to have funds to buy other people's tokens and other altcoins. He says the easiest bet you'll have in your entire life. Luke Belmar also opened an interesting door. He says Nayib Bukele, who is the, what do they call it? The philosopher king is his bio, but I believe they call it a president of El Salvador, who has backed the El Salvador with Bitcoin. He says, when you putting out your token. And even Andrew Tate has been going crazy about this. He says, Trump coin lessons. He's talking about we're in the era of tokenizing ideas and tokenizing communities. And this is what meme coins really are. And this is the start, predicted by Tate, predicted by Murad, predicted by Becca, predicted by Elio. So many of these top tier influencers who we do track in our inner circle, they're saying that it's never been easier to get rich. And let me actually jump forward a little bit to my personal thoughts, because I've done some breakdowns on this channel about why meme coins are so popular. And this is the risk curve. This is what Murad talks about. A lot of people historically have been playing on this left side of this line, and they buy cash, which has crazy inflation. They buy bonds, which do like 5%, which don't out-earn inflation. They have real estate, commodities, luxury investments, or even stocks, which return like 10% a year. But monetary inflation is about 11% a year. The amount of money that they print. They talk about Trump's dilution unlocking. What about the US dollar's dilution unlocking? And therefore, everything to the left of this line barely out-earns the cost of living, or the rising cost of living, through inflation. And this is what Murad's saying. People are getting fed up and frustrated with this and turning to Bitcoin, turning to Solana, turning down here to meme coins, where you can, as we've seen, take $10,000 and turn it to $1 million in a day, and therefore afford to live your dream life. And people are tokenizing ideas, they're tokenizing communities, they're tokenizing religions and revolutions, and people are becoming extremely wealthy from this just because everyone's feeling the same way about the rising cost of living and unable to get ahead. Even if you do put 20 grand in stocks and you make 2 grand a year off it, what the hell are you going to do with 2 grand a year? And I'll leave you with this, which hit me pretty hard. I really appreciated this one from Ilya. He says, a piece of advice to a lot of people on this app: stop taking everything so personally. The market sees only buys and sells. It does not care about your emotions. Learn to observe and react without the emotions. This isn't about you or me. Free yourself. And I was talking about Trump coin on YouTube. I was talking about on the YouTube short. I was talking about in the community. People having anger issues, people being enraged, disappointed, saddened, and no one cares, guys. Did you make money on it or did you not? If you're in crypto, you're here for the money. Now, obviously, be moral and treat people well, but don't get your emotions involved. Learn, study, get ahead of the news cycle, and make generational wealth. We really do have the opportunity of our lifetime. And if we're anything but grateful, I feel like we're in a bad spot. So thanks for watching. Hit subscribe if you're not already. I'll see you in the next video.